What's going on, everybody? How you doing? And welcome to Gaming Fire with Lord PeteyTV. Once again, I am PeteyTV. Now, we're here to talk about a couple of very interesting video game topics that I came across this week in the news. So, let us go ahead and talk about those. All right. So, the first one I wanted to talk about was a game from 11-Bit Studios. It's called The Alters. Now, it has been delayed again, and they kind of posted on social media about that on Wednesday morning, pretty much stating that they recognize that this may not be something that they wanted to do, but that it was essential for the game to meet their standards that they wanted to make for this game. Now, this game, which they've called Project Dolly, they're integrating a whole bunch of new type of enhancements and different changes and things that are happening internally within this game. Now, the reason why this game kind of is a little different than most is that it has lots of different elements on it. So this is a sci-fi game that now it has survival adventure base building on it to allow them to have a different type of um, game type system. Now, what kind of puts this in a different type of viewpoint than other games is that you're pretty much producing different, I guess you could say universes or multiverses for this character that you are for the main character in order to escape from this planet that you're on, and you're like the lone survivor of space exploration, similar to the movie The Martian. So it was kind of something that was stated to be out back in 2022, but hopefully it will release very, very soon. It's talked about being on all platforms and including Xbox Game Pass, so I think it's going to be really, really interesting game to kind of see. We really haven't seen much of it other than a couple of photos and screenshots of the game itself. It really does look beautiful. I should have a picture up over here for you to kind of take a look at and see when you end up going through that. So yeah, that's going to be kind of interesting, kind of cool. So that is one thing I kind of want to talk to you about. Now, normally we're ending up talking about a lot of MMO news, but there really hasn't been that much MMO news. There's going to be a lot of new games and a lot of new things that we're going to be seeing very, very soon. But, like I said, want to bring up some very interesting topics. This other thing is a new strategy RPG. Now, I am kind of a big fan of those. My favorite game for for when I was playing has been a game called Warsong for in the U.S., or Lannister, which is the Japanese name to it. So this game that I'm going to talk about to you today is called Lord of Ogre. This is developed by Blue Joystick. It is like I said, it's a strategy RPG. It's very similar to Fire Emblem from what I have seen. Now, the reason why this is very interesting to me is because there's lots of pixel art. Now, pixel art really is, in my personal opinion, taken a lot of the world by storm. And it really is very interesting when you're looking at games now that are mostly pixel art. And they really have, really cool aesthetic to them. So I think that, Lord of Ogre is going to really be a real changing point of it. Now, the thing that I kind of found very interesting, it's a little different and people don't see it that often anymore, is the upgrading system, where you can have a character and they have one character, and then you can end up pretty much promoting them to one version or another. So that is something that I've seen in the videos that they have that that they call it class changing. So I think that is really cool. I really love that aspect. It really takes the character that you have and it puts a twist on them to allow you to feel like it is a different type of game, different version, and you can really, really make your team the way you want it. So I really am very excited to kind of see how that ends up coming out. I will be honest with you. I gotta see now It just says right now on Steam that it is coming soon, so hopefully that comes out, sooner than later. But I think that people will really enjoy seeing how it is, in the long term. So that was pretty cool there. Now, the last thing I kind of want to talk about is something which really makes me excited, and I'm kind of interested to see how that ends up looking. Now, it's called this. It's a sandbox MMO, which I like to call that, or it's a, I guess you can call an open world MMO. I guess. This comes from two very unique individuals. This comes from a former Star Wars Galaxy creative director, Ralph Coaster, and an Ultima Online lead designer. I'm trying to see. I should have wrote down his name, and I didn't. And I couldn't find his. I can't find their names. But this game is called Stars Reach. Now it has been started. They started making it and talking about it back in 2019, and this quote unquote sandbox fantasy science MMO really has a couple of very unique things to it. Now, it's what they're saying is it's like a cross between a an eske, which is like an anime term for people who are brought into a different world, and like an Animal Crossing type game with the visuals of the Sword Art Online game. Now, I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see how that ends up working. The way that the game operates is, you're ending up, crafting objects, fighting other creatures, trying to survive in this world. But it's not only about you on a planet, it is about you being in space. And that is the part that really makes it really unique. The environments in the worlds look super like full. They look super fun. You can play with your buddies and your friends. I think that's what's going to really make the game very unique, because you're not only going to be playing internally on one planet, but you're going to be playing with your other, your friends. So the other, what is it called? The game. This What's going to be interesting is that this game is coming out, and also that you have the game called Light No Fire coming out, which is going to be very similar. So I'm kind of interested to see them both side by side, see how they play out, see how they're going to end up being pretty amazing games. So we will definitely see. As always, thank you so much for checking out these videos. I greatly appreciate you. Please make sure you come and check out, everything that's going on the channel. As always, Lord PeteyTV, we're there every single Monday through Friday on Twitch and on YouTube. We have a bunch of very cool videos on Lord PeteyTV. We have our gaming channel here on Gaming Fire. We also have Anime with Lord PeteyTV if you're a fan of anime, because people ask me a bunch of different questions about them. So come and check us out. So thank you all very much. Greatly appreciate it. See you all soon. Good luck in your games for the week. Bye, everybody.